Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Sydney Viengluang, and I am with your boy, Galaxy, on Comic-Con Radio.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing in for Comic-Con Radio. Coverage of pop culture events from around the globe. Amazing interviews with celebrities. Daily recaps and reviews of popular television. The Walking Dead. Z Nation. Van Helsing. DC Titans. Flash. The Legends of Tomorrow. Black Lightning. American Horror Story. Green Arrow. Movie reviews. Everything Comic-Con and fandom from around the globe. Comic-Con Radio. Get ready to enter our universe. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is your boy Galaxy on Comic-Con Radio. Today, we have an amazing actress. You know, sometimes I have to say actor, actress, celebrity, star. She is from an amazing show. It's one of our favorites. It's called Z Nation, and she plays a really cool doctor on the show. And we all know what happened to her in the last episode, but she's going to live in our hearts forever. I have Sydney Viengluang on air. What's up, Sydney?
Hey, thanks for having me.
What's up? We're so excited that you're on the show.
Thank you for having me.
The fans really dig you. You've been on Z Nation for many seasons, and to be on a show for many seasons, that means everybody has to dig you and love you. What was the experience playing that character on Z Nation?
Oh, wow. Thank you to the fans for loving me and keeping me on the show, and to the writers and producers. It was a wild ride. It was an amazing experience just to play a really strong, smart, capable, badass female character, you know, that was brains and brawn. Just to play this complex three-dimensional character, I was very grateful and lucky to be able to bring Sunmay to life and to, you know, represent for Asian Americans out there. I didn't expect to last this long, and it was an amazing experience.
That's so cool to hear, and you did really great. Every time we watched you on episodes, we were like, yes, she is smart, and she's ass-kicking, and she's doing great. Now, your background, can you tell us a little bit about that? Where were you born? Where are you from? Where were you raised?
I was actually born in Laos, which is in Southeast Asia. It's a small landlocked country between Thailand and Vietnam. And my family escaped due to the communist regime and oppression. And so as soon as I was born, I think I was about 6 months old, my family escaped. We crossed the Mekong River into Thailand, and the first 2.5 years of my life were basically in refugee camps, mainly in Thailand, and then we got moved to Manila, Philippines. Finally, our paperwork got accepted, and we were sponsored, and that's how I ended up in Wichita, Kansas, which is, long story short, when someone asked me, where are you from? You know, I don't remember anything from the refugee camps or anything. I was so young when we came to the States that I'm like, well, I'm from Wichita, Kansas, because that's all I remember and know. I grew up in Wichita. I went to high school, college, grad school there, and I had a pretty normal, I guess, Midwest, pretty good childhood, and I've been out in LA for like almost 11 years now. So, yeah, that's kind of long story short of my history, background, and culture.
That's pretty amazing. You know, you came from such an amazing background that led you to this point. You went through so much. I know many people can kind of feel they're on the same, you know, ground as you, but a lot can't. They can't even fathom what you went through to fight through communist regimes, come to this country, whether you're a child or an adult or not, just to go through all that. And then go to college here, go to university and grad school. That's amazing. What did you study in college?
I got my bachelor's in international business, and then right after I got my master's in economics. So I was definitely business minded, and I guess I would be left brain. You know, I was a good Asian daughter, and, you know, got my master's from my parents and said, are you happy now? Like I achieved a master's degree, and yeah, it wasn't until I moved out to LA that I really pursued my acting career. But yeah, it's an amazing story, and I love sharing my story of resilience. I'm so appreciative of where I've been and where I come from and the sacrifices my parents have had to make in order for me to live my dreams. Growing up Asian American, especially as an immigrant, from my background, it's like your parents just sacrifice so much for you, and you feel that you have this duty to make them proud, and you have so much pressure as being, especially because I'm the first child of three, that you have to make your parents proud. And the best way to make them proud is to go to college, get a great job, make six figures, and, just have a white collar job. And that was what I thought my route in life was going to be, because I didn't think acting was even a possibility. Like, I rarely saw any Asian American actresses besides like Lucy Liu eventually, and then Margaret Cho and Ming Na. And it was very rare for me. And so I didn't even fathom that could be a possibility, to be an artist, to pursue that life. But I knew something inside me was pulling me towards something bigger than myself. I didn't know what that was. I didn't think I had any type of extraordinary talent. Like, I couldn't sing or play the piano, or I didn't think I could do anything extraordinary. So I just continued on that path and went to college. And after graduating with my bachelor's, I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And that led me to just continue my education to get my master's. And I thought that would buy me more time to figure out what I really wanted to do. And I think during my master's program, I just had to really reflect and look within and ask myself, all right, you're about to graduate. You can't just continue getting degrees. So what are you going to do? And I've always loved the movies. I've always loved watching TV, be glued on the TV set. And one of my favorite memories of my childhood pastimes would be, my uncle taking my sisters and I and my cousins to go see movies almost every weekend. And it would be an amazing experience for me to just go on these adventures and rides and watch these different worlds on the big screen. And every Friday, my dad would take me and my sisters to rent movies when you still could go to rent movies at Blockbuster. And I remember always looking forward to Fridays to going to the new release section and renting all the new releases and binging them over the weekend. And so I figured, I knew I loved movies. I have these business degrees, so why not combine the two and work on the business side of entertainment? So I was like, you know what, maybe that's my calling. Maybe I'll run a movie studio one day. Into probably a year into my master's program, I started submitting my resume to the big studios in Los Angeles and just hoping that I could be a part of the movie industry somehow. And after I graduated, I moved out to Los Angeles and I got my first job at Fox Studios, and that's when my corporate life began. But a year into being behind an accounting desk, I just realized that wasn't my calling. I was really close, but not there. And I I guess, had a quarter life crisis. I feel like I need to represent my people somehow, bigger than this. And I took my first acting class. The rest is history.
That's pretty neat. And you're very detailed. Every time I have a guest that's educated, they're so detailed and articulate, and I love it, because it makes my job easier. And I don't have to squeeze
Thank you. Sometimes
things.
I feel like I'm rambling. I'm like, do you want to hear the long story or the short story?
Hey, we have you on the show because people want to hear you. They hear my voice all the time, so they want to hear your voice and what you have to say and how you made it. Because here's the thing. Whether you believe it or not, you're an inspiration for, you could say, your people, for all people. You're an inspiration because...
People, yeah. No, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, it shows that you can come from anywhere in the world, study anything you want. And if you want to be in the movies, you can be in the movies. You just got to work your butt off, but you'll get there, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I want to say my people, representation, I'm very passionate about Asian American representation. But my platform, I want to not just inspire Asian Americans, but
it's all
humans
good, girl.
In general.
You could say that.
Yeah, humanity.
It's all good.
To inspire anyone, male, female, like you said,
the
American,
whole world is your
non-American.
people. How about that? Everybody's your people. Everybody that wants to
Thank
be
you.
like Sydney is your people. And, it's good to, show off your ethnicity. It's a great thing because that's what makes you you. And if you didn't have that background, you wouldn't be you. So it's all good.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you, my brother.
You got it, girl. I got your back. Don't worry. So, when you started working for the studios, were you like, you wanted to get into acting at that point, or was it like a little bit of ways?
I was sitting in the bungalow on the Fox studio lot, and everyone's like, you have a great job. And I did have a great job. I was very grateful for it. And I was so close yet so far, because I would be looking out my window and I'd see these actors or actresses walking by to go out to audition or going to their sound stage to shoot their scenes for the day. And it just awakened something inside of me saying, this is what you need to try. Like, I want to live my life with no regrets. And I said, if I try it and I fail, at least I tried it. So I just knew that I had to do something that wasn't behind an accounting desk. That's how I ended up taking my first acting class, and I fell in love with it and just triggered something inside of me where I realized, oh, this is my gift. I didn't realize I had one or an extraordinary talent, but I guess from my background, maybe the intergenerational trauma, I was able to realize that tapping into my emotions easily was a gift. And when you're growing up, being vulnerable is a weakness. So, but as an actor, it's actually a gift to be vulnerable and easily tap into your emotions and have that empathy for humanity or the character that you're playing. So grateful that I was able to find my gifts, because I think everyone has a gift, but they don't take the time to search inside or do different things in their life to tap into that. That's how I realized this was my calling.
That's so awesome to hear. I know sometimes when you're trying to get somewhere and you're like, oh my God, look, they're doing it. But you took that step. You went to your acting classes. You worked hard. It hasn't been long since you started that, because you put a whole bunch of your life into your schooling and into your initial career, and then into that. I know you worked for Fox and all that, but did that open little doors, or no, it was still grinding?
It was so hard, man. Like, I don't think I really started booking things until a few years ago, and I've been doing this for over 7-8 years now. So it didn't happen overnight. And just because I was like working on the accounting side, you would think it would be easier to have connections, right? Working at a movie studio. I mean, the industry was definitely like opportunities even for Asian American three-dimensional roles. We're just now scraping the surface of written or offered to me. It's still a struggle for Asian Americans to get really meaty roles. So 7-8 years ago, it was a struggle. I still had to train. I still had to make connections. But what kept me going was, I guess, I knew my calling and what my purpose was. So it's hard. I still have my ups and downs, but I guess when you come from a point of gratitude, then that's what keeps me going.
And I know, being from that descent and coming from such a, hardworking family, your role model must be like your mom or your dad. That's who you want to emulate, but take it to another level. So everyone following you in the years to come can be like, oh, I want to be like Sydney, which is really great. Who is your favorite actor, actress? Like, name him right off the top of your head, or her just right now. 3, 2, 1.
Sandra Oh.
Cool. And why?
Yeah, because she is such a powerful, multi-dimensional, amazing actress. She can do comedy. She can do drama. She brings this wit to her. And not only is she amazingly talented, but she has been an advocate for the Asian American community, using her platform to really uplift the community and just use her power for good. To me, that's something I admire a lot about her and other actresses that use their platform not just to advance their career, but whether they do nonprofit charities, uplifting a community that is underrepresented. Yeah, I admire her. She represents the community as a whole.
That's great to hear. Have you met her yet?
No. I think I would probably fangirl and freak out. There's not a lot of celebrities that I would fangirl up, if I met them. But I think if I met her, I'd probably start crying and being like weird. I'm sure our paths will cross one day, and it would be a dream come true to work with her one day.
Well, if Sandra,
like
you ever
idol.
listen to this episode, please reach out to Sydney, or, just know that she loves you a lot. There you go.
It's a small world, and Hollywood's even smaller, so I'm sure it'll happen.
And
put it out in the universe.
Of course, and Disney says it right. It's a small world after all, right?
It is.
There you go. And it all led you to your character and your role on Z Nation, which to me, Z Nation is not what everybody says it is. It was its own thing. It delivered week after week. You did really amazing, and your character was awesome. Do you see yourself in that character a lot, or is the character maybe sees herself in you?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think as an actor, if you don't see yourself in at least a small part of yourself in that character, I don't think there's any way to really bring that character to life in an authentic way, because you have to bring the humanity of yourself into that character. The way I got the audition was Scotty Mullen, who's the LA casting director, who casted Z Nation. He casted me in another like zombie movie from the same production company, and that's how he knew me. So when the Sun Mei character came across his desk, he contacted me and my manager right away and sent me the sides, which are basically the scenes that you're going to read for, and the description of the character of Sun Mei. And as soon as I read Sun Mei, I was like, I'm Sun Mei. I am Sun Mei. Like, I am Sun Mei. I'm going to bring her to life, and Sun Mei is me. So I definitely connected with her. I see myself a lot in her of how she's just like a strong, capable, smart woman who's like on a mission to save humanity in her own way. I identified with her a lot, and I think that's hopefully why Carl and the rest of the producers hired me and casted me.
That's great. And when you came on that show, you were so tough. You came in, guns blazing, but then you became so mellow and caring and part of the team. Were you ever afraid that it was just going to be, I know you guys signed contracts, okay? Let's get the truth out of it. Everybody signs contracts, but still, they can kill you off anytime they want. Were you happy every time they were just saying, okay, you're back on next season, okay, and your character kept evolving?
Oh, yeah. No, it was great. It was a great feeling, because I thought I was just going to last just through season 3 as just like my character arc. But, you know, after I think maybe the first few episodes we started shooting, and then I just kept reading the scenes, and I kind of got an inkling of where they were taking the storyline, and it just kind of like made me grateful that the writers and producers were getting to know me as Sydney, and they were molding Sun Mei, because she was still a new character, towards my strengths and putting a little bit of my personality in Sun Mei, because TV works so quickly that the scripts come out so quickly, and I think they were able to really meld Sun Mei and Sydney. But the fact that they brought me back for season 4 and season 5, and the fact that the fans were really receiving my character positively, it was really humbling, and it was really just another source of inspiration for me from the universe saying, keep doing what you're doing because you're doing something right. So I was very grateful for the fans and the writers and producers for keeping me on the show.
I really get so happy when I hear about this. And your character really intrigued me. I liked how strong she was. I like how friendly she became with everybody. And she was part of the crew. And you were, you know, Dr. Sun Mei. Everybody loved you. At the end, it made me sad. But it was also kind of cool to see you in that, because you were able to see yourself as a zombie. Was that cool?
Yeah, that was cool. We had to choreograph with the stunt coordinators for a whole afternoon between Natalie, who plays Red. And so I love doing my own stunts. So the fact that I was able to turn into a zombie and then get injected with the vaccine and then turn back human, and then, you know, the whole big death scene of me sacrificing myself. Yeah, it was an amazing experience to play those different sides of human to zombie. I think a lot of season 5, I was really kind of in the lab by myself with Red. So it was nice to kind of end my last scene with Kalita, who plays Warren, and a few of the other cast members. In a way, I feel like Sun Mei wasn't just saying bye to the apocalypse and Warren and Citizen Z and Red, but I felt like it was Sydney saying bye to the show and the audience as well. Yeah, it was fun. And like you said, for me to come into the show like guns blazing at first as the main antagonist, and then to slowly turn into one of the main cast members in the ensemble cast, and really get to kind of show my loving side and my vulnerable side and my caring side, was really a great opportunity.
That's really cool how you put it. You said bye to the world. Being 5 seasons on SYFY is an amazing feat. You know, SYFY usually, from their kind of like history, their shows go about 3 seasons, 4 seasons. And to be on 5 seasons and every episode being so ambitious and showing so much and all the diverse situations and the diverse people, it was really great. And I know you guys worked on such tight budgets and you made it happen and you kept it funny and hardcore. It was great.
Yeah, thank you. No, I still don't know how we did it in such a tight budget in 5 days. I mean, that's unheard of, shooting an hour show in 5 days. Kudos to the writers and producers and the crew and, of course, the cast members, because that's just like, yeah, we were on overdrive. But, you know, it was fun. We became a family. And, you know, I feel like once you can do Z Nation, you can do anything. It's like acting boot camp.
That's it, huh? It became your kind of like a step of education in the long road that's ahead of you.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it is a long road. You know, it's going to be show after show, movie after movie, and then sometimes you get lucky to get a recurring role. Have you seen your fan base grow since you went on Z Nation?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm mainly on Instagram, but they comment all the time. The fans, you know, message me, comment. They've just been super supportive. Z Nation fans are just the best. They're just so loyal and hardcore. And once they're a Z Nation fan, they're a Z Nation fan for life. So I'm so appreciative of the fans and their kind words. And I hope they follow me on to the next show or the next movie and to continue to support my endeavors. So thank you to the fans.
There you go. Because if it wasn't for the fans, we'd be nothing, none of us. And I had a conversation with Dan a couple of weeks ago, and I was telling him, I'm so sad that the show is gone. The reason why is because the name Z Nation is such a cool name, and now it's kind of like off the market, and it played its 5 years in the world. But the zombie genre is so tremendously awesome. People love it. It makes them feel good. It makes their endorphins kick in. It's like a thrilling, exciting. I know they're working on a cool project called Black Summer. It's going to air this spring. It's kind of like a prequel, but like a serious prequel of Z Nation. Do you think you're going to work in any other type of zombie shows in the future, or you have your cards open for many different things?
I am open to whatever the universe brings me. So if it means another zombie show or movie, I will accept that gift and smile and say thank you. But if it's not, then I have to move on. But the zombie and horror fans, they're hardcore and they're so into the genre, and to be a part of the genre and science fiction in general is amazing. So, I mean, I love science fiction. So I hope to maybe on another science fiction show or movie.
You know what trips me out? When I see people on Halloween wearing your outfits as a costume. Does it trip you out? Oh
yeah,
my God, it trips me out. I'm like, wow, that's cool. But imagine how you feel.
Yeah, that is. It's surreal. It's surreal. It's very surreal. I mean, I know a lot of series regulars, they get a lot more fans that do cosplay on their characters. But yeah, even the few like fan art pieces that I've had made of me or people dressing up, it's such a surreal experience, but it's so humbling and it just brings me joy. And like I said, it just keeps inspiring me to continue to do what I do.
You know what you should have done? You should have called your mom and dad when you got the role on Z Nation. You said, Mom and Dad, I'm going to be a doctor. And record their reaction to that.
Yeah, I know. Growing up, my mom was like, I just want you to be a doctor. Any type of doctor. Eye doctor, foot doctor. Just be a doctor for me. And when I got Dr. Sunmay, I was like, you know what, Mom? I finally made your dreams come true. I'm a doctor, but just on TV.
Hey, a doctor's a doctor, right?
So, exactly. So, but she's so proud of me, and both my parents are proud of me. I'm happy to be the doctor that they didn't envision, but it is what it is.
Well, the cool part is you have your degrees. Nobody could ever take that from you. Now you have all this acting experience. No one could take that away from you. You have these amazing memories and these connections. So maybe you are headed into maybe running a studio or starting your own film production company or something like that. Is that something you're thinking of?
You know, the universe works in strange ways. And so it's not like I haven't utilized my business degrees and my business education and mind, because I am helping my friend produce. She's writing her first short and directing her first short, and it's a Lao ghost story based on sudden death syndrome. And I'm helping her produce it. So we have like one more shoot day this weekend, but it's going to be on the short film festival circuit. And I'm excited. It's based on Lao folklore. So I'm excited to share that story with the world. But, you know, I'm getting into more producing and just kind of creating my own work, telling my own stories, even writing my own stories. So as much as I love acting, I love to stay creative, and however I can tell stories, whether it just be producing and using my business degrees and helping others tell their stories, I love doing that as well. So it didn't just go to waste. It was definitely an asset for me to go to school and still have those degrees, because like you said, no one can take that away from me.
That's right, girl. Nobody could take that away from you. And you have that forever and ever and ever and ever, whether you're Dr. Sunmay or a chiropractor on a show or you're a hit woman, whatever you are. I see you in certain roles.
Yep.
If it was up to me, I picture you.
What do you see me as?
I see you as, you know, a role where you're wearing like a leather outfit and you're like on a G.I. Joe movie, or I see you playing, you know, like a tough kind of like, you know, mafia leader in some movie. And I see you also as like a nice doctor in one of those movies where she's like helping a village and she's there with UNICEF. So I see you in different roles. I see you as a killer and as a healer. So that's how I see you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
Yeah, those
but
are, no, I don't want to just be like typecast as this one-dimensional person. Like, I feel like I can be a chameleon, and as long as the woman is smart and capable, I can be, like you said, the femme fatale or the Doctors Without Borders, you know? It's just a matter of tapping into that part of me. But I really appreciate that you can see me in those different type of roles, because that's what I'm trying to show Hollywood is I'm not just this one thing that you think an Asian American could be. I'm all these things. I'm Sydney Viengluang, who can play all these roles, and I'm capable of doing that. So I really appreciate your insight.
You're very, very, very welcome, because you're great, and that's why we have you on Comic-Con Radio. Have you ever been to a Comic-Con event?
No, I haven't. One day, I would love to be, I know the big one is in San Diego, which is about 2 hours from here. So I would love to be in one of those events, hopefully as a guest and not as just a visitor. But even as a visitor, I get kind of anxious around large crowds. So I feel like if I do go, I would need to be like in my little corner until I have to be on the panel.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. You know, here's the thing. You have a lot of fans, and Z Nation has a lot of fans, and you're going to see it growing. You're probably going to see yourself on T-shirts, and you're going to see yourself on different things, because I know people would love to see you in person, and I think with your background and all that, you would have such an amazing following come out and inspiration, and I think any Comic-Con event promoter, producer out there would be crazy not to have you.
Aw, thank you. I appreciate that.
So do you have any plans coming up? Anything special coming up? Anything you want to tell the fans?
I'm going to the Dominican Republic for my sister's wedding in March, so that's exciting.
Yay.
But for the fans, I just want to really thank the fans from the bottom of my heart for your guys' support and, you know, all the messages and the positivity and the positive energy that you've been sending my way, because whether it be a small comment or a message, you know, I do read them and I appreciate every one of them, and I'm glad that my character and Z Nation was able to bring a little bit of happiness in your life whenever you watch the show, and keep an eye out for me, and hopefully you'll see me again on the small screen or on the big screen. But I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you guys for having me on.
You're very welcome. You know, that's why I didn't want to ask the basic, where do you see yourself here and what do you want to do with that? Because I loved your answers. You know, you were very real, very straightforward. Our show is very real and straightforward, you know, and we like that coming out of you. You know, we want to know about Sydney. We know Dr. Sun May. We know your character. Everybody knows it. Everybody's that's not like of this earth have seen that follow Z Nation have seen you and seen your work, and they love it. That's why you kept coming on recurring, you know. But we wanted to know you, and we got to know you so well. You know, your education, your background, your family, your likes, and we love it, and it's so amazing. And we would love to have you on the show again. Always, you're so welcome here. You're an amazing person. We love your energy and everything like that. And do you have a social media for the fans out there?
Yeah, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Sydney Viengluang, and then Twitter at Sydney Vieng.
And you're an inspiration to your community and beyond. And
thank you.
Do you want to say something really inspirational to the fans out there before we head out?
Yeah, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you really set your mind to it and you put in the work, I believe that nothing is impossible. And as long as you can be your greatest self, then that's all that really matters in life. So keep on dreaming, keep on doing, and anything is possible. So thank you again.
Off the hook. That's so amazing. We appreciate you for coming out. You've said amazing things to the fans. You're so humble. You love them. They love you back.
Thank you.
And, hey, I like to make you blush. I like to do that sometimes when guests are so cool. I'm going to make them blush the whole time. So
I'm so red. I'm so red right now.
Yay.
I'm a tan girl, but I'm a brown girl, but that's hard to do. Make me red.
That's
so
it.
Thank you, Galaxy. I love your energy as well. So
thank you.
It's always nice to start the week off on a Monday with some positive energy, and with the new moon and eclipse, and I'm ready to transform this 2019 year.
That's it. Make 2019 yours and show the world what's up.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So we're going to be signing out now. So we're going to do our closing bid, which we do all the time. We blow kisses to people. So you ready? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Galaxy signing out with Sydney Viengluang from another amazing and wonderful episode of Comic-Con Radio. And we're going to give him kisses. 1, 2, 3. Mwah! A million kisses for everyone.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Oh boy, Sun May, Sydney, whoever you want her to be, just kissed you, guys and gals out there. And she loves you guys. Please send her emails and messages and follow her career forever. We love you. Thank you so much. And have a wonderful day.
You too. Thanks for having me. Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace.
All right.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing out from another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio. Tune in for your daily shows of Comic-Con Radio. Go to comiccon-radio.com. Reach us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Comic-Con Radio. You can call us toll-free right now. 800-976-0305. 800-976-0305. Comic-Con Radio, taking the world one listener at a time.